Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The 100 Season 7, Episode 3. If you want to see my reaction videos about the Episode 1 and the Episode 2 maybe, I'm gonna put the links, and maybe, you know, it's better for you if you are watching my reaction videos about these two episodes to know, you know, where I'm standing with the show, what I think about the show. Short resume about it. I loved the show a lot. I was obsessed with it. I was really, you know, involving a lot my emotions into the show, and with the two last seasons they lost me a little. With the stories, you know, they tried a lot of things but without answering to anything, and they also, you know, wrote so many narrative arcs, different narrative arcs, and I have the emotion that they are losing themselves. Like now we have the commander and Shadeda to worry about, we have the primes and, you know, the situation on Sanctum, we have the anomaly and all of the bridges between planets and all of that. Like, they are losing themselves a little, and the characters, I still love the characters, and I'm watching the show for them now to know where they're gonna end, if they're gonna survive or not, what is gonna be the end for them, because the characters were so well built during the first seasons. I fall in love with them and I can't change that, and I want the best for them, but I know that with this show they're not gonna have the best future possible, but at least I want them to survive if it's possible. You know my theory about that. I think that at least one character is gonna die, and I think that Octavia is gonna die. I know that a lot of viewers think that it's Bellamy who is gonna die because of the thing, you know, my sister, my responsibilities thing, but I think that it's gonna change because of the fact that we began the show with that, with Bellamy saying my sister, my responsibility, with him protecting her no matter what, and the situation changed, you know, with the seasons, and I think that it can end like that, you know, with Octavia sacrificing herself for her brother, like my brother, my responsibility. I think that it would be a good evolution, you know, for that relationship, for that narrative arc, you know, the Blake's narrative arc. I think that it would be interesting and also a good end for Octavia if she has to die, because of course I don't want her to die, but if she has to die, you know, like that, it would be a good thing. We'll see. But yes, now I'm watching the show really for the characters, even if, you know, since 2 or 3 seasons we don't have a lot of evolution for them, you know, a lot of development for the characters. They are really focusing on the stories, but they are writing so many stories that I think that they are losing themselves, but they are forgetting, you know, to make a real evolution, a real development for their characters. They made one, you know, after the time jump. After that, they never took the time to make a development really for their characters. They were really like, ta-da, they changed during the time jump. Now they are like that, deal with it, and that's it. They are not gonna move anyway because now they are adults. Guess what? Even adults can evolve, can change, and it will be interesting to have also evolutions for them, but I don't know. Octavia is really the exception of that, you know, she's really the character who is still evolving, who is still changing, and the last episode was again the proof of it. I loved it, you know, the episode 2. When the episode 1 didn't reassure me at all with the show, the episode 2 really succeeded to get me excited again about this final season, because it was about Octavia and a development for her character, and she's a really good character and she has really the best development into this show, and I loved it. And also the story was great, to see her evolving like that, that was great, and also the story with the anomaly and with also the parallel between Octavia's situation and Iko and Gabriel and Hope coming back to that place. That was interesting, I loved it. But the episode 1, you know, I said it a lot, I'm not expecting to love this season, I'm not expecting this season to please me, I'm not expecting, you know, to have some ships happening, to have some people dying or not, I'm not expecting to have this or this to happen, you know, I just want it to be logical and understandable. I would be okay, you know, with a season that maybe I don't like because I don't like what they are doing, because I don't like the decisions they are making, but at least I would be okay if I can understand it, if I can find that it's logical, you know, the story is logical and that they have answered to all of the things that they promised us that they will answer. Like during the trailer, they promised to us that they will answer to everything. When you are promising that on your trailer, you have to do it. So yes, I'm just expecting this season to be understandable and logical. I don't care if I don't like the decisions that they are making for the characters or for the story. As long as I can understand it and as long as it's logical, it would be okay. But with the 100, the real issue is the fact that I don't trust the writers and the producers to just make an end understandable and logical. And when you have that faith in the writers, you know, maybe more, you know, this lack of faith on the producers and the writers of a show, that's not great, and even more for the final season. But the second episode was great, but the first episode was not. The first episode really didn't reassure me to have an understandable and logical end, because a lot of things during the first episode were not logical and were not fitting with what happened at the end of the last season and with the characters, with what they are doing, and a lot of things felt extreme, you know, and also they were repeating the same thing again. In shows, you have to write good stories to make good development for your characters, and you can also explore big subjects. The stories, I already said it, I think that they are losing themselves by creating too many narrative arcs, too many things, you know, to worry about. The Commander and the Shed Eda, Sanctum and the Primes, the Anomaly and the Bridges, all of that. Development for the characters, they are making a good development for Octavia, but all of the other characters, they are forgetting them. About the big subjects that they can explore into this show, they are focusing on one since season 1, and I'm beginning to be tired of it, you know, the good guy and bad guy thing, situation, issue. I'm tired of it! Really, since season 1 we are exploring that subject, and I think that really we asked all of the questions that we can ask about this theme. We answered to all of the questions that we could answer with this theme, and I'm tired of this theme, but again they explored it during the episode 1. Again, you know, I said it during my 2 reaction videos of the 2 first episodes. The writers, they have to grow up, they have to evolve, they have to move on. But I have the impression that they're not gonna do it during this final season, and that's gonna be a theme that we're gonna have again and again, and I'm tired of it in advance. Like really, like I can have an open mind about the narrative arcs, about all of the things that they are doing. I can have an open mind about the characters, about seeing new developments for the characters maybe, but about the subject that they are exploring, about the good guy and bad guy theme, I won't have an open mind because I'm really tired of it. 6 seasons, really, we spent 6 entire seasons with the good guy and bad guy theme. Move on! I want to scream it to the writers, but really it wouldn't change anything because the season is already written, filmed and produced. That's why also I unfollowed Jason Rottenberg, you know, the producer of the show, because now that the show is written, filmed and produced, I don't need him anymore to have information about the show, and all of what he's saying is annoying and frustrating. I want to avoid, you know, that thing about being angry about something that he's saying, like that's it. The season is done, nothing that you can say is gonna change it, so do your stuff and good luck for the spin-off. It's gonna be without me. I prefer to be honest with you. I don't think that I'm gonna make reaction videos about the spin-off, and I don't think that I'm gonna even watch it because they really managed well to disappoint me so much that I don't want to be back with these writers and producers for a new show. The 100, that was a wonderful journey at the beginning and a painful one at the end, and it's gonna end for me with this final season of The 100, and after that our paths, you know, are gonna separate with these writers and producers. That's it. I'm gonna be over it. I think that we're gonna be back, not with Bellamy, of course not, but with Clarke and with Sanctum, with the Primes, with Shedida, with now into Russell, you know, all of that. That's gonna be interesting, and I hope that they're gonna understand that, you know, some people are missing, no? Since, you know, during the episode 1, it was like 1 or 2 days, the episode 1, and they didn't notice that Bellamy, Iko, Gabrielle, all of them were missing. Really, 2 entire days, and no one is asking questions about the fact that they are missing. That wasn't logical, but I hope that during this episode they're gonna notice it, like, you're missing some people. We'll see. Let's go for this episode 3. The script of this episode was really lossable. Like, I lost so much when I read that last scene. They wrote literally that if Clarke had a mic, you know, during that moment, she would have dropped it. Really, it's really like you don't care about your show anymore. You have a power issue? If this thing is not working anymore, they're gonna be in danger, all of them. Maybe they're all gonna jump to planet B. You're gonna do something wrong. Ooh! What did you do? Ooh! That can be great. But again, a new issue to deal with when we didn't resolve our answer to all of the other ones.
That's all I have left of them. That's not true. You are what's left of them.
Yes, you're not alone, Clarke.
Today he will die for it. Maybe once
Really?
it's done, we can all start over.
I mean, you were trying to be the peacekeepers and all of that, and you just burned the palace and they're gonna kill Russell.
I'm just doing what I know because
I'm all for it, because we know now that is Shedida, but...
you're doing what's best for me.
Oh, Clarke.
I love you, Mom. I'll do my best to make you proud. Maybe we meet again.
Maybe we meet again. We can't be like kill the primes, because they think that Murphy is a prime. Not gonna happen.
To my followers, this will be the death of a god. I'll take the fire.
Last night you begged me to save you from the flames.
And now you want it quick, so you can pretend you're still civilized. My people need to feel my death.
No, I don't believe so, but he's right with that, you know? That's a contradiction.
Violent deserved justice.
And if you have a problem, leave.
How can you unite all of these people? Maybe if they are all in danger and they are all gonna be like, let's survive. We need each other to survive.
Return to his rightful place.
Yes, but not with violence.
What are you talking about?
Saving Russell.
Clarke just said she wanted to talk to him.
She wanted, but she gets upset, and now she has to stick with her decision, because if she's changing it now, no one is gonna understand it.
Burning Russell's steak tonight. I wonder who's next.
Not you!
I'll never let that happen. Morning. 6 years you walking out of this basement, you still can't knock. Everything's up, blood pressure's down. Where the hell is James?
James is dead. Don't go.
That's bad.
Real bad.
Here, the radiation's elevated.
Get out!
Raven, we need to help them. It's too late. Look at
Yes, they're already dead.
He must have pulled the control on too fast.
Do something about it. You can't help them, but maybe you can do something for the situation.
Which is 1500 degrees before reactor melts down. We'll all die.
Not your first rodeo. They're gonna have to escape from this planet again because this planet is gonna explode? We never saw that before. Come on.
They're planning some kind of attack. They want to stop the execution. People will die. You expected something else. For you to care.
It
Is
does
it
not.
your name? Is that the legacy you want? Death. And more death because my people want to do better. I can tell. Burning a man at the stake is so elevated.
He's not wrong, come on. But he's not saying it for the good reason.
My father says.
He didn't say his name, but that was already something.
You wearing hazmat suits or something? You are adorable. Those literally do nothing.
He is.
What they did have is lifeblood, and so do you. You're a friend now, Murphy. Act like one.
I know that there is a fan base, you know, is shipping them together. I can ship them sometimes, but I don't think that it's gonna happen.
Because of that, it's getting too hot.
I love their relationship like it is now.
Reactor will melt down, and it's bye-bye thing. Pushing the control rods and plug the cracks for good. Just that simple. I like you. Emory said radiation is leaking. What kind of danger am I sending my people into? It's the puking for a few days.
Why don't we ask the Allegiance crew? They were miners. They have the skills.
No offense, but I'm not willing to put the lives of what's left of the human race in the hands of a bunch of murderers.
That's
I'm
understandable.
team of 4 from the bunker's maintenance crew. You'll have them. 4 one-crew welders coming right up. But your commander wills it. Who will answer her call?
Oh!
Where is the commander?
She has other matters to handle. You question the will of your commander?
I question you. Commander wants.
Maybe Maddie can show up, you know, just to calm them.
I'll go get her. But you will answer for your disobedience.
Mm-hmm.
Don't close about this.
They need to see her.
We can't put that on that. No way am I letting her stand in front of these people and order them into a nuclear reactor. Not happening. What would you have us do?
You're doing it no matter what.
Them. She dies too when that reactor melts down. We tell them the truth. Have some faith in our people. I know our people.
I don't know.
Why the delay?
I don't think that they will follow you if there is no commander.
We cannot ask the commander.
You're saying it?
Because there is no commander.
I don't know if they're gonna follow you. Really?
The documentary took her over and I could not let that monster lead one crew. So I destroyed the flame.
You had no
I
right.
had every right. I am the flamekeeper.
You weren't the flamekeeper.
Yes, yes, yes.
We spent 6 years together in the bunker without a commander. The flame might be gone, but we are still here.
Without a commander, but you had Octavia, someone to lead them.
Who will be brave enough to help us? Too much for volunteers.
Security crew, we're talking.
That's it. There is no one crew anymore.
Big, maybe blind, but loyalty isn't.
Yes.
Congratulations. You just lost one crew.
I said it. They are used to have someone, you know, to lead them, to guide them. They need that.
They put us here on purpose. Rubbing the palace in our faces.
Raven, you're really gonna ask them for
Making us
help?
do the hard work.
In exchange of
Giving us
what?
tents and scraps from their table.
Look, we did our time and they know it.
I'm sorry, but we have to worry about new characters. That's great because we are meeting new people, but you are not taking enough time with the characters that you already have to make a development for them, to make a good story for them. So really, time on screen for new characters, I'm not sure of it.
Brewery's guest.
It's a simple job. Just welding a couple
The
cracks.
dangerous one.
Fairly routine. The equipment's a couple 100 years old, so just need some love.
No.
Love is dangerous.
What's in it for us? Why does
Of
it
course,
need to be
they're
something
gonna
new?
ask for something in
It
exchange.
needs to be done.
How about all the Joe juice that we can drink?
She wants more than that.
Sure.
X, Y, and Z. All me.
They don't have a real name.